welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into a list of 10 countries where immigrants are not allowed. The human urge to explore, to migrate, to seek new horizons is ancient and deeply ingrained within us. Yet on this planet of diverse landscapes and cultures, there exist pockets, nations, almost entirely closed off to those not born within their borders. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content. Let's get into it. Our journey begins in the east, in the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, more commonly known as North Korea. This nation, shrouded in secrecy, stands as a stark example of limited immigration. Its borders, heavily guarded and fiercely protected, are rarely crossed, let alone permeated by those seeking permanent residence. The reasons for this isolation are complex, interwoven with a history of political ideology and international pressure. The very concept of seeking a new life within this nation is almost unfathomable. The flow of information, so vital to understanding a nation's stance on immigration, is tightly controlled. What little we glean comes from the rare defectors, individuals who risked everything to escape the confines of this isolated state. Their stories paint a picture of a society where individuality is subsumed by the collective, where every aspect of life is dictated by the state. In such an environment, the notion of welcoming outsiders, of integrating different cultures and ideologies seems almost inconceivable. But for now, it stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of isolation, a nation frozen in time, seemingly impervious to the global tide of human migration. From the East Asian Peninsula, we shift our focus south towards the Caribbean Sea, where we encounter the island nation of Cuba. Here, the echoes of a bygone era, a time capsule of Cold War tensions and socialist ideals, resonate strongly. Cuba, much like North Korea, has long maintained a tight grip on its borders, making immigration a difficult and often insurmountable challenge. The reasons for this are deeply rooted in Cuba's tumultuous history. The decades-long US embargo, coupled with the island's own brand of socialist governance, have created a unique and often challenging environment. For years, emigration, not immigration, has been the dominant narrative, with countless Cubans risking their lives to reach the shores of Florida, just 90 miles to the north. Yet, despite the challenges, a trickle of immigration does exist. Skilled workers, often from allied nations like Venezuela and China, are granted visas, their expertise deemed valuable to the Cuban economy. But for the vast majority, the dream of becoming Cuban remains just that, a dream. The future of immigration to this island nation remains uncertain, caught between the tides of history and the promise of a changing world. Our journey continues to the ancient land of Persia, now known as Iran. Amidst deserts and mountains, Iran grapples with unique circumstances. A complex tapestry of history, religion, and geopolitics influences its stance on immigration. Unlike North Korea or Cuba, Iran does not entirely shut its doors to outsiders. The nation boasts a long history of welcoming travelers and traders. However, recent decades have seen a shift in the political climate. The 1979 Iranian Revolution brought profound changes, including tighter borders. Today, Iran accepts refugees from Afghanistan and Iraq, but restricts economic migrants. Despite challenges, Iran remains culturally and historically significant. Chapter 4, The Dragon's Selective Embrace, China. Our exploration of restricted immigration now takes us to the world's most populous nation, China, a land of ancient traditions and burgeoning modernity. China's relationship with immigration is complex, a delicate balancing act between economic pragmatism and a deep-seated desire to preserve its cultural identity. On the surface, China might appear to be a welcoming destination, particularly for those seeking economic opportunity. Its booming cities, gleaming skyscrapers, and entrepreneurial spirit have drawn millions of migrant workers from within its own borders, fueling the nation's remarkable economic growth. However, for those born outside of China, the path to permanent residency is fraught with challenges. The Chinese government, keenly aware of its vast population and the potential strain on resources, has implemented a highly selective immigration system, one that prioritizes skilled workers, investors, and individuals with Chinese ancestry. Obtaining a Chinese visa can be a bureaucratic labyrinth, requiring a myriad of documents rewards, approvals, and often a healthy dose of patience. Yet, despite these hurdles, China's allure remains strong. Whether China will one day relax its stance on immigration, embracing the diversity that often accompanies globalization, is a question that only time will tell. Chapter 5, The Sands of Opportunity and Exclusion, Saudi Arabia. Our journey now takes us to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a land of vast deserts and immense oil wealth. Saudi Arabia's story is one of stark contrasts, where the desert sands shift between openness and restriction. For decades, Saudi Arabia has relied heavily on foreign labor, drawing millions of workers from South Asia and Southeast Asia. The kingdom's oil-driven economy created a demand for manpower, transforming the nation's demographic landscape. However, this influx of foreign workers has not been without its challenges. Saudi Arabia operates under a sponsorship system known as kafala, which ties a worker's residency status to their employer. This system has been criticized for creating conditions ripe for exploitation and abuse. Despite these challenges, Saudi Arabia remains a land of opportunity for many. Chapter 6, The Abode of Peace Guarded Brunei. Our exploration now leads us to Brunei Darussalam, the abode of peace. Brunei's rapid economic growth is fueled by its oil and gas reserves. The nation prioritizes preserving its cultural identity and Islamic values. Led by the Sultan, Brunei has strict immigration policies. The system attracts skilled workers while protecting cultural integrity. Brunei is known for its rainforests, stunning mosques, and cultural blend. Chapter 7, The Jewel of Arabia, Closely Guarded Oman. Our journey continues westward, back across the Arabian Peninsula to the Sultanate of Oman, a nation often referred to as the Jewel of Arabia. Oman, with its stunning coastline, rugged mountains, and rich history, has long captivated travelers and traders alike. However, beneath its picturesque facade lies a nation with a complex relationship with immigration. Oman, much like its Gulf neighbors, has experienced rapid economic growth in recent decades, fueled by its oil and gas reserves. This growth has led to an increased demand for foreign labor, transforming the nation's demographic landscape. However, Oman has also sought to strike a delicate balance between economic pragmatism and preserving its cultural identity. The government, led by the Sultan of Oman, has implemented a highly regulated immigration system designed to attract skilled workers while limiting the potential for social or cultural upheaval. Obtaining an Omani visa can be a challenging process, requiring applicants to demonstrate their skills, financial stability, and clean criminal record. Despite these restrictions, Oman remains a land of opportunity for many, particularly those seeking work in the oil and gas, tourism, and construction industries. Chapter 8, The Island Kingdom's Tight Grip, Bahrain. Our exploration of restricted immigration now takes us to the Persian Gulf, to the small but strategically important island nation of Bahrain. Bahrain, known for its ancient history as a center of pearl trading and its modern status as a financial hub, has long relied on foreign labor to fuel its economy. However, Bahrain's approach to immigration has become increasingly restrictive in recent years. The government has implemented policies to reduce foreign workers, including quotas and stricter visa requirements. The Bahrainization program aims to increase the employment of Bahraini citizens. The government has also taken steps to crack down on illegal immigration and human trafficking. Despite these restrictions, Bahrain remains a destination for foreign workers with specialized skills. Chapter 9, Land of Conflict, Closed Doors, Yemen. Yemen faces a devastating humanitarian crisis. Once a crossroads of ancient trade routes, Yemen's history is rich. Years of conflict have left its infrastructure in ruins and its economy in tatters. Immigration is practically non-existent. Millions are internally displaced. Widespread famine, disease, and violence persist. The hope is for peace and stability to allow rebuilding. Chapter 10, The Horn of Isolation, Eritrea. Our journey concludes in Eritrea, a land of stark beauty and enduring hardship. Eritrea gained independence from Ethiopia in 1993 after a long struggle. Under President Isaias Afwerki, Eritrea is dubbed the North Korea of Africa. Citizens face forced labor, indefinite conscription, and severe restrictions. The government views outsiders with suspicion, fearing foreign influence. Few foreigners are allowed, typically diplomats or aid workers. Eritrea's people are denied the opportunity to build a brighter future. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. See you in the next video.